Hello there, and welcome back to the Golden Horde, and well, Great Khan. Getting closer. We have 6 provinces left in China, and I believe we have 3 or 4 in Russia. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're 10 provinces away, which is really, really good. Now, this session is probably going to be, as I said, a war against Timurids, going to clean up the center here a little bit, going to release Chagatai, and hopefully take some land here. That's at least the goal. Potentially here we might actually go for attempting to cut them a little bit down to size, but it's kind of a risky move. We'll have to see what we actually end up doing. Chagatai is definitely something that I would like to release, due to the fact that I can then basically use them as, well, I can then use them to, I think that's the wrong thing, yeah, with the culture map. As you can see, I can use them the Uzbek provinces of Timurids. I could probably use the Mongol provinces as well. Basically, I will most likely give them a bridge here, so I can feed them the Oirits. That should be fine. Basically, I will end up having 3 vassals here, Shunski and Chagatai, which I will then use to, well, take the plains, create a proper Great Khan Empire. And with the Ottomans here, things are going to look a lot better. We're also going to most likely go after Armenia and Karakonlu during this episode, and Poland will have to wait until we actually are westernized. I'm really tempted to just actually play this game the entire way through and see how far we actually get. Thus, we might actually conquer this area here as well. Basically go for complete Khan that owns all of Asia. I'll have to see. Westernized Khan might get a little bit boring, but just have to see how this plays out, as I said. So the goal is Timurids, but we do have pretty high extensions. I would like to get at least 1 more province off my hands before they declare war. So that would be the goal. Let's wait until we're there. Now, my theory was actually correct. If I convert the provinces, then Shun will actually take them gladly. So I can use them to take the rest of Cantonese provinces. I can basically convert this area and probably sell it to Shun. And thus I won't have to keep that myself, so that would be the goal here. Hainan goes straight to Shun. I didn't actually test if Muscovy wanted it, but we can test that with the other, well, converted area here once I get that far. But it definitely looks good. Then, of course, the fact that Cantonese patrons there are not the best thing, but Shun with their army should be able to handle it. And of course, if I send an army to back them up, then it's basically a simple solution here. Now, a beautiful statue. It's prestige of 5 and 350. Now, I only had 3 prestige missing, so I might as well just go for that. I want still to keep my piety high, so we're going to do exactly that. Now, we can test my theory here. I want to check which provinces are Beijing, Guangxi, Macau. Venzo is only 12, so still test the theory though. They'll probably not accept this due to... Oh, they will actually. Well, that's actually quite wonderful then. That means that I can definitely use Xi here, even as long as it's right culture but not religion. They will still buy it, which is really, really a wonderful, wonderful treat to know. That basically means I can feed all of these provinces to someone pretty easily. That's great. That means that China is basically already in my hands. Now, Timurids is the next target. That would be allied with Karakonlu, which means they are really, in theory, simple to get. Now, the goal will be to take Karakum, and that should also be a rather simple mess, if you will. Taking Karakum will in theory put me in a pretty decent position, and basically just make the map a little bit prettier. If not, I'll also of course go for releasing Chagatai. And Karakonlu is being attacked because we want this province here, and I'll probably take on Armenia too. Now I can't take Azerbaijan just yet because it's the capital, so we'll have to do this through 2 routes, which is perfectly alright. They do have quite the army though, so I might have to send this army to back up. The Timurids are far behind though in military attack. Same with Karakonlu actually, they are actually step nomads too, so it's a little bit surprising. But I am pretty sure I can rely on the Ottoman forces to help me out here, and I think what I'll actually do is take Armenia down first, because I can then pour the province while the war is raging, so it should be perfectly right. Wasting a little bit of admin power on this, it's also perfectly fine by me. It's not a big issue. The only problem, of course, is that I now have to hunt down said army, and, well, apparently they weren't allowed to leave, so we'll just put those guys to siege there. And as you can see, the Ottomans are actually getting defeated, so how about we step in and try and help a little bit. 7,000 men, that's a lot. No, I think we'll just siege Armenia first and take Karakum. Potentially rough the Timurids up a little bit, but I'm pretty sure, as you can see here, these guys are already marching war, more or less, so I'm perfectly fine. Should be able to get what I want out of this war. And I want to see just how much it will cost. Chagatai, 90%. But Chagatai is, as you can see, a pretty big area, so if I can peacefully vassalizing them afterwards, I'm perfectly happy with that. And I should get the power projection to the fact that, well, they will be losing provinces. So that is also wonderful. I want to take Corvettes just now. We'll wait just a little bit longer. And I think we'll wait with admin tech as well. Because I can. Now, Ottomans are back and with a vengeance, so this was basically already over, I dare say. I'll just allow it to siege, I'll show you the bigger battles, but as, again, I don't expect it to be too many. See how it goes. Now, diplomatic tech was another story. My excuses, because we're closing in on the roof here, diplomatic tech, we have the wharf, and with that we get naval equipment manufactory, and we can build a trade company, which is, again, probably not something we'll do. But I'm really bad with buildings, so I should probably check. It's still just a march, which we will most likely not build, because it can only be on front lines, and we don't need that. I could build one in Scandinavia, or border with Scandinavia, but other than that, I don't really have a good reason to build one. But the Timurids are actually doing a fair bit of damage here. But even so, we should be able to beat them with relative ease, I would assume. Already, the armies of Shan are doing a fairly good. Well, I guess in this case, we take the inflation; it will drop by itself. As you see, the armies of Shun, sorry, not Shan, is doing really well here in dealing with the Timurid forces. And the reason for that is really simple here. The Timurid forces are actually being defeated by Shun. Shun is released. They basically have the same tech as me. They're a level behind or so. Yeah, a level behind, but it's still higher tech than Timurids, and thus they are, well, not being too nice to them. So, we're basically set here. We're just going to continue the sieges. I'm going to deal with these guys down in Hormuz. I'm no idea why they're rising up so often, but I would assume it's, yeah, foreign support for rebels. So I guess we need to deal with this area here, and that should solve that issue, more or less. The fact that Yemen declared war on Karakonli as well is actually a positive news. The goal again here with war with Timurids will be to release Chagatai, and if I still can, I'll take this as well, and I can. So it's going to be a little bit expensive, 200 diplomatic points, but I basically get all of these provinces more or less for free. I'm pretty sure the base tax of Chagatai won't be so high that I can't vassalize them, but it might be. I highly doubt it though. So we'll wait and see how it goes. For now, however, I'll just let the sieges rage. Siege of Armenia is over, and with that we'll go for the straight out annex. It's going to be a little bit expensive this on the diplomatic points, but as you can see, almost no one will care that little Armenia here is wiped off the map, and it'll cost me 51 admin points, which is something we can live with. I will not be using military treatment, but I think we'll take the corvettes here, just try and upgrade the attack. With that we're getting 10% increase in naval morale, so not the most horrible of things, but certainly not the best. We also did lose the battle against the rebels here. They slaughtered my armies, and it seems like the Ottomans have decided that, well, if our masters can't do it, then we'll crush them ourselves, which they are doing a fairly decent job of. Yeah, the goal now would be to take this front from Karakonlu, have all the fabricated claims on it, and then we'll take Azerbaijan next. There we go, the siege of Karabakh is over. And I'm not a bit sure if the Ottomans actually has any claims to the area. Nope, they do not. Cultures do not match. And such, we'll just go for this one and nothing more. Be a little bit more aggressive expansion, which people, well, don't like as much. But I can't say I care too much on the problem here. I could also force them to release Knight if I wanted to, but Yemen and everyone will not be able to eat them up as efficiently then, so that's fine. I think I might actually go for vassalizing Handias, Yemen or Oman, one of them in the future. Basically use them as a conquering device for this area. We'll see. This province is more than enough for me. The only problem of course now is that potentially here, I would imagine that they might join a coalition against me, which is not good. But nothing can think through might backfire here horribly at me. That is the truth of the situation. But I'm pretty sure here that I can leave most of sieging here to my vassals, and they will basically finish it up rather rapidly for me. But it will help because we want this to go pretty rapidly, so I can actually hand over more provinces to my vassals in the east. We'll see how it goes. As you can see here, the war itself is going pretty damn well. The Timurids are also under attack by the Magyar, which potentially might actually become a protectorate if I can't, well, take them down by other means, which might be vassals. We'll have to see. More local, it's a single province for 20 years, and that province is going to be handed off pretty soon. So I guess we'll give them more local authority rather than 23 noble regiments, which are probably going to be kind of awkward to beat. Kind of playing it safe here rather than taking a risk and getting my ass handed to me. I would prefer not getting my ass handed to me. But the fact that, again, the Magyars helping out here is probably going to be a deciding factor in this war, I think. And I think the war here will be very, very soon over. Just have to wait and see. I'm still 17 points away, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it. I don't think I'll fight any battles against this. I'm pretty sure the Ottomans or someone else will deal with this. So basically, having big vassal armies is beneficial for several reasons. One of them, you will not have to sacrifice your own manpower. Second of all, you will not have to sacrifice your own money. They don't give much money, granted. I get 2 a month from basically these two guys, nothing from the Ottomans. I think I might get something. But anyways, allowing them to use their manpower and their money basically to fight wars, because armies do need to well, have assistance coming in if you want them to really work. So yeah, this is the deal we're going to go for, and boom, Chagatai has been released and would accept peaceful vassalization should I go for that. So we'll offer an alliance right away, and we'll have someone improve relations quickly enough, and thus we will be able to get Chagatai in under ourselves pretty soon. Now this one is going to be handed over to, as you might imagine, Shun. It's simpler that way, but we're going to of course get rid of the provinces that are more costly first in terms of overextension, like this one. And as soon as we get it going back, we're going to send him to Shun, then we're going to send the other guy to Chagatai. So the last thing that will probably happen during this session is the vassalization of Chagatai. We'll see how it goes. There we go, it didn't actually take much. A gift, an alliance, a little bit of relation improvement, and boom, Chagatai will accept becoming a vassal of the Golden Horde. And, well, they only have positive things to say about that. So now we'll, of course, help them out now. I should probably help them out a little bit sooner, but I didn't actually notice they were under rebel siege. But that's fine. The real benefit right now is that I can use the culture here to take down the northern areas of the Timurids, and of course the Mongols themselves, which are the Oirids, which has apparently been conquered by, or big parts of them have been conquered by Muscovy. But I will definitely hand this over to Chagatai in the long run. So the maps are looking a little bit prettier with Chagatai and Muscovy soon to be out of the way. Well, and later on being out of the way, we'll really in theory make a name for ourselves. I think I can actually go to war against Muscovy. I'm really tempted to declare war on Muscovy here. The coalition members that will join are Ming. But again, Muscovy doesn't actually have that many high cost provinces anymore. Basically everything that I have a claim on along the border are really cheap to get, and also with that war, potentially Europa Universalis here will break free again back to the Mongols, but that doesn't really matter. It's perfectly fine. So next time we're going for another war with the Golden Horde. We're going to take naval drill first though, cover naval morale speed +5, and the last two are going to be really interesting, discipline and artillery combat ability. And I'm a little bit unsure what to do next, but consider that next time. Of course, with 1600 admin points, I think we can afford to take admin tech 15. Now, the funny part here is I'm not that far behind Europe in tech. I will have to fall behind a little bit more, I think. No, diplomatic tech helps me out. If not, I would have had to fall behind, intentionally, that is, in order to pull this off, but it seems like I'm fine. Now, I have one province more to get off, and it's this one. It's basically the one where they rose up, as you can see, the powerful nobles. And potentially here, Dying Viet might actually put themselves in a position where they will get attacked by me if I still have that goddamn reason to attack, but it doesn't really matter. I can just clear on Shan instead. Truce is running out in 2 years, so it's not worst case scenario. They'll probably go for annexation though, which is pretty useful for me. But yeah, we'll fight Muscovy next time. We'll probably try and take both of these if we can. It's probably going to be too costly, but we'll see. I want to eat at least some parts of Muscovy. But if the peace deal gets too harsh, then we'll probably just go off the Ming and leave Muscovy be for now. They are kind of growing a little bit too rampantly, but it should be fine. I'll probably have to build a navy to fight them in the east though. So we'll see what we come up with next time. Feel free to comments, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and hopefully I'll see you around next time. Bye.